morning, everyone. Welcome. You know who I am. Yeah, I'm Sal, the host of this Irish Sports Show and podcast. And of course, you know me from Sal Sports Shows. I just put one up a little this last night on Facebook and on my TikTok account. Anyway, probably when I get that video on the other platforms, we got a time for we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot going on today. Today is Tuesday. We do have NBA going on. We do have college basketball just starting up for the boys and the gals too. We also got the NFL trade deadline, which is 10, 11, 12, 1, like within the next 4 hours. So a little over 4 hours from now will be the end of the NFL trade deadline. So we have that countdown coming. So we got some trades to talk about that has happened throughout the weekend as well as today as well. I'm gonna be one right now. This one, the Ravens got Russia. See here, they got Jones. Ravens acquire Dwayne Mount Jones in trade to the Titans. Yes, Tennessee needs pretty much anything they can get. Tennessee's basically been white trash for quite some time now, and they have been needing a player and an exorcist basically for how this season has been going with their record. And I bet y'all, if you agree to me that, please leave me a comment about that in the comment section here, as well as in the reply of this live as well. And yes, if you see my hat, it says Vibe City. Yes, I want to tell you a little bit about Vibe City. Let me just pull that right on up. Because these are friends of mine that run this cool golf. And what it is, it's Vibes Golf Club. It's a golf club, everyone, and they are on social media. They're on Facebook, Facebook and Instagram for sure. I do follow them all because, yes, I am friends with these guys that run this. One of them, I will mention right away, is one of my best friends and former Wisconsin Badger, Melvin Gordon. As well, and yes, they're on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and YouTube. So yes, they're on YouTube as well. So yes, I follow Melvin, and I've been friends for several years, many years now actually. I come to his golf outings. He comes to a lot of stuff with ESPN Madison. He's been part of ESPN Madison as well as friend of the show as also. Okay, let me give you the I know I'm mentioning Melvin Gordon. They have a couple other former Badgers that have won. That runs the Vibes Golf. And see what I'll do is I'll get a link to their I'll get the link from my friend Melvin, and I'll put that in my bio and everything. So if you want to check out Vibes Golf, you can easily just click on the link once I have that up. So I'll do that. Let you know that. Mm-hmm. And it's also a club. So yes, it's a golf club. Former Badgers along with my friend Melvin Gordon as well. So yes, that's what this is. My girlfriend and I went to the golf event this past summer. We had some great time golfing. I will be there again next year. We'll find out when next year when they do the next one that we're doing here in Madison. I mean, my girlfriend Kayla and I will be there as well. And of course, he had Melvin and the guys that are running this event that runs all these vibes golf. And I do want to thank them all for letting us come, hang out, have some fun on the course, and play a couple holes. Because I did that last time I played a couple holes. The last one I did was just in the time frame that I just started to vote for ESPN Radio Madison. And yes, I do vote for ESPN Radio Madison, but we gotta dive right in. Just like ESPN Radio Madison, we got a lot of sports we got to talk about. And yes, if you do not listen to, if you didn't watch this morning during Giving Tree, you can always follow them up along with KBN, Mr. Relevant, the Homo Hour, and Jim Maddox Molly, and Learning House, and a lot of other great shows we have on the Wisconsin On Demand app. So make sure you download the Wisconsin On Demand app to get to see all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows. And of course, Jim Madam Molly. Make sure you listen to them today as well from 4 to 6. And KBN today from 2 to 5. And of course, the Darren Sports Show as well. In Beaver Dam. Okay, now we got to get right back into this trade talk. Because today is the trade deadline. And yes, we got a couple of injuries that have been havoc lately. And a lot of these injuries have ended some player seasons. With season ending, and not just injury, but also surgery as well. We got one right here. Joe Alt has gone undergo ankle surgery. And yes, it is a season-ending ankle surgery as well. And of course, we got to deal with the deal. What's going on with the Packers? The Packers were favored by 13.5 points this past Sunday, to beat the Carolina Panthers. And what happened? They lost by 3. They lost by freaking 3 points. They lost by 3 points, 16-13. I believe that's right. Yeah, 16-13. All right, so we got that one. Last year's course was 28-6. The Falcons. The Falcons lost by 1 last weekend, 24-23 on the road. But this one is impressive. Of course, Titans. We know how the Titans have been doing lately. How bad they've been. They lost again. They lost that one 20-27 to the Chargers. But this is the one that I am intrigued by. The Chicago Bears, 47-20, 47-42 win over Cincinnati. And with that, they had improved their stats in the conference. They are now 5-3 with a percentage of .625, a PF of 215 and 227 PA. And yeah, the Packers are number 1, despite their loss this past weekend. And Detroit, and then the Bears, then the Vikings. And the Vikings are at 500 right now, with a 4-4. I don't think Minnesota could be one of those teams that could possibly sneak into the playoffs with a 500 team. Because there are some teams that have got into the playoffs in the past seasons with a 500 record or better, but not by much. Maybe even by a game or so, even. We also have, then we got the Colts losing to the Steelers. But the Colts are still solid. They lost that one only by 7, 20 to 27. The Niners won their game against the Giants soundly, 34-24 to the Giants. The Broncos did beat the Texans 18-15. And I don't know about CJ Stroud. He's not been himself since after the few years that he has been in the league after he was drafted into the NFL. Jaguars win their game in overtime, 30-29. The Saints, they're sucking, 10-34 to the Rams. Last night, the Cardinals beat the Cowboys at 20-17. I'll talk about that in a minute. We have the Seahawks beat the Commanders 38-14. And, of course, the last night's Sunday night game, the Chiefs and the Bills. Yes, the Bills got that win at home, 21-28. Yeah, Josh Allen and the Bills won that one. But they have yet to beat the Chiefs in a playoff game. They always have beaten them before in the regular season, but not in a freaking playoff game. They haven't done that at all. You can only do it in the regular season and the regular season only. Also, see here, and yes, we have if you watch the Jaguars game, yes, we have a new record of the longest field goal, 68 yards. Done. Let me see who did that one actually. So I can give you that. Yes, it was Cam Mitchell of the Jacksonville Jaguars that kicked a 68-yard field goal, which was a record of a field goal being done in play and during the game. Yes, I have heard about a few people making kicks during practice and warm-ups that long, or even 70 yards even, but not yet in the game. But yes, we have a new record. Cam Little sets the NFL record with a 68-yard field goal. Way to go, Cam. Way to go, Cam. Keep that leg forward and keep on kicking. All right, we need to switch gears and come back to the trade line in a minute. We got to go through the college hoops. Let's do the ladies first. Then we'll go to the boys. We have a couple of games going on tonight. Tennessee will take on North Carolina State on ESPN2. On ESPN, got UConn. Number 1, UConn taking on number 20, Louisville. We got on ESPN. Plus, we got Richard taking on Mount St. Mary's. Michigan State will take on Mercy Hust. That's a Big Ten Network. Big Ten Plus. And also Big Ten Plus, you got King, Michigan. I don't know how to say how this other team they're playing, but they're playing they play that night, and tonight LSU takes on plays as well on the SEC Network, and that's at 7 o'clock. And New York, Michigan State, and USC will play at 9 on Big Ten Plus. For the boys, for the men hoops, tonight we got several good games. We only got a couple. We got Landwood taking on Texas Tech at 7 o'clock on ESPN Plus. We got Nicholls taking on Kentucky on the SEC Plus. We do have Evansville taking on Purdue in the Big Ten. And yes, I know I'm going to say this right now. Purdue is just going to take them out easily. But this one is one that's really intrigued me. I think this is on for the Dick Vitale Invitational. The Longhorns of Texas will take on the Blue Devils. That's right, Dirk and Texas will be going out tonight on ESPN at 7:45. And yes, even if you don't have ESPN on or ABC on your station on your YouTube TV, make sure you go to my account, my X account. I have retweeted several things on there, so you can easily tap that website, so you can go there and say that you want your channels back. We all want those channels back. I know they're going to do it briefly for tonight, just for the election, then let it go. But we do want it all back, and we want it back permanently with ESPN and ABC. And not Disney is trying to do what they need to do to get that. Yeah. Let's see, we got. Oh, and that's right. This is the first season of Loophole not being the head coach of Auburn, and his son taking over. This is his debut. And Auburn survived an overtime win. With Stephen Paul, the son of the former coach that retired last season. So yeah, this is his Loophole's first season retired. And yes, got some NBA right now. Yes, we all we have the end season tournament going on. Tonight we have the Bucks taking on the Raptors up in Canada. Speaking of that, yeah, I do know the Blue Jay fans out there in Canada are not so happy right now since they lost to the Dodgers this past weekend in the Game 6 and 7 of the World Series. And yes, yesterday was the Dodgers parade. Anyway, the Sixers will be taking on the Bulls at 7 o'clock. That tip is 7. Both teams are coming in to the game with a 5-1 record. You got the Hawks and the Orlando Magic taking on the Atlanta Hawks at 7 o'clock. And yes, that would be the NBC and Peacock game with that kind of music of Rambo Rock. And another take with Michael Jordan as well, and Mike Tirico. You also got the Hornets against the Pelicans on the world. And yes, the Pelicans has yet to win a game. They are 0-6 going into tonight's game at a 7 o'clock tip. We also have the Suns and the Warriors going at it. Both teams are going in there. Suns are going in there with a 3-4 season and a 4-3 season for the Warriors. And that game is at 9 o'clock. We do have one more game, also NBC and Peacock, but that's the late game, 10 p.m. So yes, that game will probably be over to about like 1, 2 in the morning on the East Coast. Maybe even 3. Especially if they have overtime. And that's the Clippers taking on the Thunder. From under, yes. So let me know in these comments from the replay who you think is going to win the cup for the end season tournament for the NBA. And I would love for this some of these games for the tournament, especially as they get towards the end of it and they crown a champion. Those games should definitely better be on NBC. That way, those plays would be more intense. The players are really going at it physically. And yes, that would be public because they've been going at it while they're playing Rambo Rock on NBC while they have those games. That would be so awesome to have the in-season tournaments on NBC. All of them, not just one. All of them. I'll say this. This is what I'll put. This is what I say that they should do for the NBA. NBA should do. Have the entire NBA Cup in league tournament on NBC and Peacock. And that way you put all the games on both platforms. NBC, Peacock. That way, if it's not on NBC, it will be on Peacock. If it's not on Peacock, it will be on NBC. That way you can have that kind of rainbow while playing with the highlights of the game and everything. Of the games, actually. Like, I mean, that in the plural form. And yes, last night we did have some wrestling going on. Let's do a little quick wrestling talk. Yes, Logan Paul is back. And yes, looks like Logan Paul is going to be replacing Seth Rollins with a Vision, because we all know Seth Rollins has been put on the shelf with I believe it's like a shoulder injury, I believe it is. Put their bodies on the line to entertain us. So yeah, I'm going to see how that's going to be scripted as well. T-Mobile Arena has extended UFC ads, WWE events as well, so that's going to be fun. Yes, and they're having a little fun. I love what they got going. They got like a little bingo thing going on and so on. And they're picking out random wrestlers, and they had to go at each other and go fight each other. And the winner moves on to another round. And whoever wins all of it will take on John Cena in his final farewell match before he officially hangs up his wrestling boots. And I think this is a really cool way of doing it. I've seen it out for him to be sent for a send off. Okay, let's recap last weekend's college. Memphis did beat Rice. 14 guys pretty much a given. USC did beat Nebraska 21-17. Houston beats West Virginia and with 35-45. West Virginia won that game actually against Houston. That's one of several upsets we have this past weekend. Purdue lost yet again, and the Southern Michigan 16-21. Not too shabby with the point margin, but it's still a loss. Utah beats Cincinnati 45-14. And don't forget, tonight is the first night of the College Selection Committee putting out their rankings for the 12-team tournament, the 12-team playoff format. So make sure you watch that tonight at 6 o'clock. Now, I believe that can be on ESPN. I'll double check on that, but I believe it is ESPN. If you don't have that, since you don't have that on YouTube, make sure you have another platform to watch it on. Or even, go better yet, put it on the new and improved. And ESPN. I finally got the full access to it. Thanks to my friend Jeremy. The guy that does all the stuff behind the scenes for me. Thank you, Jeremy, for hooking me up for that. That way I can get everybody the news and sports information. And yes, you got a lot of shows you can watch out there. You can watch 30 for 30. You can watch you can watch Evan Cohen, Michelle Smallin, and Chris Kennedy on Sportsman Light. First Check, Get Up, and a whole lot more shows. And you even have your own customized sports as well. So make sure you do download. If you're not app yet, make sure you download that app. And hey, you even do that on your Roku. If you have a Roku, you can do it on the Roku. That's what my friend did. And now, because of that, I have it also on my pad. You should get it. We'll see if they have it on Windows. If it is on Windows, I will let you know that next Tuesday's episode, or even in this short. Anyway, let's get back into it. We got. Actually, that is going to be on 8 o'clock Eastern, which will be a 7 o'clock show. The opening CFB first round game starts tonight. Oh, that's the first round. Is the 19th of December. Yes, so December the 19th will be the first round of it. And yes, Alabama does suspend the defensive back Cook Patrick due to an arrest. As well, Auburn has fired. We got another firing in the college football. So that's 4 or 5 now. Coaches that have been fired in the last month or so. Plus, and this time it's the Auburn's head coach, Freeze. So you can say Freeze got frozen and burned. Got freezer burned there. Anyway, we also have. Let's get back into that. Louisville beats Virginia Tech 28-16. Virginia Tech wins it 31-21 against Cal on the road. Tennessee and Oklahoma. That's right. Tennessee got the loss. I see that can be an upset, even though they are not that far. Since they are only when they went into that game, they only within 4 ranks from it at that time. 33-27. Texas Tech wins the game 43-20. Notre Dame takes out Boston College 25-10. Going back to this one as well. This is also an upset game. We have Georgia Tech taking on North Carolina State 38-48. North Carolina State got that win, which is also a upset. So we got that one. South Ole Miss 30-14. Georgia beats Florida easily 24-20. It was a fight though. Maryland just win 55-10. All right, now I want to go back to the ones I just said. Get back to that one. And yes, Cincinnati did lose to Utah 14-45. And we all okay, now let me go to the beginning I just talked about. Now we got Miami and USM, SMU, Georgia Tech, and North Carolina State. And we have Vanderbilt in Texas. Those games right there are upsets. SMU wins it, upsets Miami in overtime, 20-26 at home. The second one, the second upset was North Carolina State beating Georgia Tech 48-36 at home. And then we have Vanderbilt in Texas. And yes, Vanderbilt beat one at home in the upset 34-31. I was watching that game. In fact, my girlfriend, Kayla, was at that game. So I love her for that. She got some great content for me for my show. If you haven't saw that yet, make sure you go to all my social platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Make sure you go there and you can see all the content that my lady has put out. And I do want to give her a big thank you for that. And I love you. Okay, now. And here's the thing about, I want to bring this Miami down a little bit, because Miami requires an ACC on right roughing the passer call in the law. So, yes, Apparently, there was a roughing passer call during this game that Miami asked the athletic coach conference to clarify on the number of officiating decisions made in its loss this past weekend to SMU, including a critical 15-yard penalty in the final moments of regulation. And of course, they lost that game, and who were as high as number 2 in the AP poll, top 25. So yes, they were looking at some plays there as well. Let's see. Okay, with that, we got to go into this coming weekend, but first, let's do that for the NFL. Okay, how about let's do a quick recap. I guess a recap of last week's games, and then we'll go back into this week's games. Last Thursday was the Ravens Dolphins fiasco, the 28-6 Miami losing. I think Michael McDaniel will get Mike McDaniel will get the boots in. So he did not do a thing. Actually, he looks like he might be getting the boot at the end of the season. But we gotta wait until then to see how that's gonna pan out at the end of the season because we are getting close to halfway now. Anyway, yes, the last night the Cowboys lost 20-27 to the Cardinals. So, and yes, Stephen A. Smith was at the game. Sitting right next to Jerry Jones himself, the horse. That's the horse himself. But first, before I get going, I gotta take my Prime break. Make sure you always order your Prime. So you keep hydrated and all those great taste of all those wonderful flavors. And I drink a lot. We are trying. We want to try all the other flavors and new ones as well. Yeah, that's good. And that probably was sponsored by. Okay, the Seahawks beat the Commanders 38-14. Mm-hmm. The Bills Chiefs. Oh, you know what? I think I did that actually already. So fast forward. And we go back into the NFL and go into this week's games. Starting on Thursday night, 2 nights from now. We got the Broncos taking on the Raiders on Thursday night game. On Thursday night. On Prime Video. If you don't know how you Prime, be sure you get it. It is a Denver is still about 8.5 by going to ESPN Bet. And yes, you have to be 21 years or older to gamble. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions do apply. The Colts will take on the Falcons in Berlin, actually. So that is, that means we got a morning game. A Sunday morning game at 8:30 in the morning. So when you wake up early in the morning on Sunday morning, make sure you have your coffee in one hand and your beer in the other hand. And enjoy nice breakfast while watching the game. Yeah, I would love a good big breakfast with my Coors Light and my orange juice and me while watching a Sunday morning game. Colts taking on the Falcons in Berlin. We got the Jets taking on the Browns on the noon slate on CBS, as well as Texans and the Jags. Texas is favored by 1.5, and Jets is favored by 2.5. Bills will take on the Dolphins with a 9.5 point favor. The Patriots will take on the Buccaneers with a 2.5 point favor for Tampa Bay. Also, that's the other one on CBS in the noon slate. Also on the noon slate, but on Fox, that will be the Ravens taking on the Steelers with a Ravens favoring by 4.5 on the road. Saints will take on the Panthers on Fox at noon as well. And yes, the Saints are definitely still are sucking. I won't be surprised if they could be playing for either the first or second round picks of the draft next season. More likely the first. Anyway, Lions and the Commanders would go at the 3:25 game on Fox as well, with an 8.5 point favor. Make sure you also got the Ravens. You got the 49ers taking on the Rams at 3:25 on Fox as well. And folks, this is a good Sunday night game. Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, Chargers, and I believe Stafford on Sunday Night Football at 7:20 on NBC and Peacock. And of course, don't get next Monday night's game. That's right. Replay our last year's playoff wildcard game. Your wildcard game with the Eagles on the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. 7:15 game. Simulcast on ABC and ESPN. So if you want to watch it on both channels, make sure you do that on a different. If you have YouTube TV, make sure you do that on a different platform, or even better yet, make sure you watch it on that new and improved and more interactive ESPN app. And like I said earlier, it is on Roku. If you have a Roku. Looks like Stephen A. shuts down any talks about the Chiefs in the playoffs. Really? Stephen A. is actually talking about the Chiefs missing the playoffs. I don't blame them. Yeah, they have been struggling a little more than they normally have. Which means they are basically showing that they are human, not just machine. Winning after winning after winning. Especially winning championship after championship after championship. And same thing with the Super Bowl. It's finally showing that they're all human as well. And yes, the Packers are favored by 2.5, according to ESPN Bet as well. And of course, I will check my sources with SportsMart and see if they be coming back out here as well. Once I found that out, I will let you know about that with Chris, Michelle, and Evan Cohen. And yes, I have been chatting with Evan and Ashley and Robin of ESPN Radio Madison. Within the next 2 weeks, in 3 weeks of this month, we're going to have a date set for a second round or try of we haven't Evan on my show. So stay tuned for more updates on that. So you'll be seeing Evan Cohen on SportsMart on my show. And yes, I'm looking at different names on the show. I know right now it's a sports show, but I'm thinking of making it a little edgy, having a little fun with it. But for now, it's the Alex Sports Show and Podcast for now. But anyway, we got to get back into it. All right, these are Super Bowl contender teams. Super Bowl picks lost. Super Bowl picks lost in Week 9. Chiefs, Colts, Packers, Lions. Chiefs. Okay, what we need to go over some power rankings. Let's start with the NBA, shall we? And yes, I am. These are all according to ESPN. Power rankings, all 30 teams stacked up that's after week one. We are past week one. I believe you are. Let me double check that real quick. Cause I know I gotta keep myself on the toes here. Yeah. Let me see here. Here we go. Got it for week 3. And yes, I got this through the NBA. So we'll start here. And of course, at number 1, we got Oklahoma City Thunder. We got at number 2, the Denver Nuggets. 3 spots, you see that. The Lakers are up at number 3, moving up 6 spots to that spot. Rockets are up by 11 to taking the 4th spot. Bucks are 5 from 12. The Golden State Warriors do drop 2 spaces to the 6th. The New York Knicks are 7th now, dropping 4 spots. Dropping 5 spots. The Cleveland Cavaliers are now 8th with the 4-3 record. The Spurs are now 9th from 1st to now 9th. We got the Timberwolves at 10, dropping 7. Clippers also is dropping 9 and down to 11 with the LA Clippers and Chris Paul. I can then keep my eye on Chris Paul, see how he does this season as well. The Pistons dropped from 2 to 12, down 10 with the 4-2 record, number 12. 13 dropping 17 up 17 spots of the Chicago Bulls. Did I say is the Chicago Bulls keep going on a winning record? Because they have a chance for a playoff. It's a possibility. Okay, up 22 got the Timberwolves. We got the Portland Trailblazers up by 14. 76ers are at now 13 from 18. Heat drops to 16, dropping 14 spots. Boston Celtics are now up to number 17. Up 21 spots from that one. Hawks dropped 15 spots to 18. The Magic, not that much Magic because they dropped 13 spots to 19. The Raptors are still at 20. That's well, they stayed as Memphis at 21, dropping 16. Dallas Mavericks are down 19 from 22 to number 22. Yes, they do have a couple of players out. See, Derek Levi and the second and Anthony Davis have been lost to injuries lately. So, yes, those two, as well as Daniel Gafford as well. The Suns at 23, up 26 spots, number 23. Down 23 spots, you got the Hornets of Charlotte. Pacers are still solid at 25. When will they take off? I don't know, because we know there's not much going on with Tyrese Halliburton, and it's going to be quite a while before he comes back. Since Game 7 with that torn Achilles. 26, we got the Kings, Sacramento Kings up 27 for that one. 28th up 26, 27, we got the Jazz of Utah up 28 spots. Washington Wizards are at 28th. 29th, we got the Brooklyn Nets up one. Up down 24th, got the Pelicans of New Orleans. 30. So there are your power rankings for the NBA. Now let's do the NHL. Then we'll go to the NFL and then college football. Do power rankings for the NHL, shall we? And we have been all right. The Colorado Avalanche stays at 1. The Devils of New Jersey are now at 2, up 2 spots. The Golden Knights of Vegas at 3. Utah is at 4 now. Montreal Canadiens are at 5. The Winnipeg Jets at 6. You got the Steelers Penguins at 7. You got the Red Wings of Detroit at 8. Carolina, the Hurricanes of Carolina at 9. 10. You got the Capitals of Washington. You got the Dallas Stars at 11. They're up by from the 20th spot. You got Seattle Kings at 12. The Edmonton Oilers at 13, up 2 spots. The Blackhawks are starting at 14. The Maple Leafs are up. Well, they're down. Actually, the Maple Leafs just dropped by a couple of spots. 3 spots, actually. The Flyers are at 16. We got the Panthers, the reigning defending champs, at 17. But don't worry, this is just the power rankings. Got the Kings of Los Angeles at 18. Got the Blue Jackets of Columbus and 19. 20. Got the Ducks of Anaheim. Tampa Bay Lightning at 21. Got the Senators at 22. New York Rangers at 23. Buffalo. Sabres at 24. Vancouver is at 25. And there is your power rankings for the NHL. So we got NBA, we got that one. Let's do the NFL. The NFL already. And yes, this is all the stuff from ESPN. Okay, now here we go. All right, we got a new number 1 team. With the Buffalo Bills win this past weekend, they are now 6-2 at number 1, as well as the Philadelphia Eagles at 2, same record. The Colts only dropped only 1 spot from 3. Tampa Bay's at 4. A lot of these teams I'm winning off right so far in the top 5 are all 6-2, except for one that has a 7-2. Los Angeles, the Rams are 5. You got the Lions down 2 spots to number 6. Yes, I know they lost to the Vikings 27-24. And that's why they dropped with that. Denver is up, beating the Texans at number 7. Excuse me. Let me get a little wine on me. Yes, I'm doing good timing. Excuse me. Okay, now. Number at 7-2, also on the devil. Got the Patriots and New England at 8. Seahawks are at 9 and looking good. Up by 11. And their best games so far have been against the Rams in Week 16 coming up. So we got a while yet for that game. And we are in the 11 o'clock hour. So after this, make sure you do tune into Pat McAfee on the YouTube and ESPN as well. They're on right now. I'll be tuning in once I'm done here myself. At 10, we got the Chiefs at 5-4. They are only one game away, one loss away from being 500, which is not good. We got the Packers down to 11 with their loss. The 16-13 loss to the Panthers. The 5-2-1. Steelers are 5-3, up 1-12. Chargers are 6-3 with at number 13, up 1. The Niners are down 12 spots to number 14 with a 6-3 record. The Jaguars are staying put. Panthers of Carolina did move up with their win against the Pack. At number 16. Bears do drop with their loss to the Bengals, of course. Not the loss, I mean the win. Yes, they got the win over the Bengals, but yet they dropped only one in the power ranking for some reason. And of course, the Vikings are 500 at 18. Ravens 19th. We got the Texans at 20th. Cowboys with their loss last night at 21 with the 3-1. Of course, the one, I consider that a win for them. With the way how the Cowboys and the Packers played in the game. Cardinals at 22, got 23, got the Bengals staying put. Commanders are down 20-4 to number 24. Ouch. The Falcons move up from 26 to one spot to the 25. Giants are up 28 spots. They're up from 28. They moved up 2 spots, even though they got the loss to the Niners. Number 20. Four Commandos down 20. That one. Falcons up 20, up 1 spot. New York Giants are up 2 spots. Even though they lost to the Niners, they moved up 2 spots in the power rankings. Actually, of course, they have an important game coming up, but that's not until week 17. Of course, that's against the Cowboys. Dolphins are not doing so hard. 2-7. I want to talk about the Dolphins, but in just a minute, I want to finish this list. We got the Las Vegas Raiders, 2-6, losing to the Jags, 29-30 in overtime. And they only moved up 1 spot. Only one. Cleveland Browns, yeah, they've been trash. Even after having one victory with Joe Flacco before going to Cincinnati at 29. We got the Saints staying put at 30 with the 1-8. Jets with 1-7 at 31. And of course, Titans at number 32. Those 3 teams, we got Tennessee, Jets, Titans, Jets, and Saints. Those 3 will be in a race. They'll be racing each other for the rest of the season until they get to the end of the season to see who will get the number 1 overall pick, number 2 overall pick, and the number 3 overall pick in the next year's NFL draft as well. So those 3 will be doing that. And don't forget, tomorrow night, the Spurs will take on the Lakers on ESPN tomorrow night at 10 Eastern. So make sure you check that out. I see that right here. Okay, let's do some college power rankings now. Make sure I got the right one, because I'm doing this through the ESPN. Because I do love my ESPN. Okay, this power index. Yeah, I guess it's in. Okay. I guess it's in power index service rankings. Anyway, college football rankings. Okay, look, just rank, regular rankings, not power. Here we go, college power. Here we go. Okay, week 9 of college football power rankings. Starting with number 1. Got the Buckeyes of Ohio State. Number 2, got the Indiana Hoosiers. You got A&M, got the Aggies, then you got the Tide at 4. Got the Dogs staying at 5. Ole Miss at 6. Yellow Jackets of Georgia staying put at 7. Oregon Ducks dropping at 6. To 8. Number 8. Hurricanes drops to Miami Hurricanes drop at 9. BYU stays put at 10. Vanderbilt Commodores with their loss on the walls, number 11. Raiders are down in 9 spots to number 12. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame at 13. You got the Commodores of the Cavaliers of Virginia at 14, up 2 spots. Volunteers of Tennessee at 15. Louisville Cardinals at 16. Of course, you got the Bearcats of Cincinnati at 17. I think the Kelsey Brothers will like that. And make sure you listen tomorrow when they put out the newest episode of The New Heights as well out tomorrow. Yes, they always put out new episodes of The New Heights on Wednesday, so make sure you check out the new episode of The New Heights tomorrow. We got 18. We got the Tigers of Missouri. The Sooners of Oklahoma is at 19. In just 2 weeks, they'll be taking on Alabama. Navy's at 20. You got the Michigan at 20. Now they are down. Pretty much done on their luck there here. Okay, even the Longhorns won their game, they are down to 22 in the power ranks. And then you got the Cat Cougars of Houston at 23, Utes of Utah at 24, the Trojans at 25. So those are your 25 teams of the 25 team power rankings in college football. Okay. All right, yeah, just a little bit less than 3 hours away from the end of the NFL trade deadline. I haven't yet get any other breaking news on that yet. Once I do, I will bring that up and let you know right away. Yet, guys, anything right now on it? Anything new? Any breaking news of any players have been traded so far? The college football playoff bubble watch. This is the college football playoff 25 bubble watch of after week 10. So we are in week 10. Of course, SEC's top: Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, A&M. First team out would be Texas. For the Big Ten, it would be Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon. First team in would be Oregon. First team out would be USC. All right, Big 12. Teams that will be in will be Texas Tech and BYU. Last team in will be A&M, Texas Tech. First team out would be Utah. ACC, only one team will be in, that's Virginia. And first team out for that one would be Louisville. And Notre Dame will be in as well. The fifth group, the Independent, Memphis will be in as well. So those you bracket for now first round buys. Ohio State, Indiana, SC Alabama, and A&M of Texas. And on campus on the 19th and 20th, first round games. 19th and the 20th of December, will take American champion against Georgia. Vanderbilt ACC Championship will take on Ole Miss. So, if you want to do the ESPN and Fox One, do not miss out. Make sure you sign up for that for only $39.99. It was $49.98. Now it's on sale for $39.99 a month. And you'll save $9.99 per month doing that as well. So if you want to do that, the ESPN and Fox One, make sure you do that now. Let's see. You're doing great with timing today. Okay, now we got to go into this week's games as well. So let's do that. Go to my ESPN app. I'm going to give you that right now. We're going to go let's do the NFL games. But we did the NFL games. Let's do the college football games for this coming weekend. Starting on Friday night, we have on Fox and on ESPN. Both games are at 8 o'clock. USC will take on Northwestern. Both USC going there with a 6-2 record, 5-3 for Northwestern. Tulane and Memphis would go in the game at 6-2 and 8-1 record. And that game was on at 8 o'clock on ESPN. So again, you got to use the ESPN app for that as well. And now what about the USC game? That one will be on Fox. Notre Dame will take on Navy on NBC and Peacock Saturday night at 6:30. Louisville, California, and Louisville will go at it. ESPN at 6 o'clock on ESPN2. On ESPN at 6, we got Virginia taking on Wake Forest. This one is what I'm looking forward to. Vanderbilt and Auburn. 3 o'clock on the SEC Network. And now Auburn has 4 wins, so they need 2 more wins for eligibility. So they got to win this week, next week, and for 2 of the next 3 games. One of those should be easy. That would be against Mosa, and then they had to win either this week or the week after when they take on Alabama. So they had to week in the Iron Bowl. So either win the Iron Bowl or this week against Vanderbilt in an upset for them to be eligible for a bowl game. Okay, now back to where I was. All right, Miami will take on Syracuse on ESPN at 2:30 on ESPN. Will Miami rebound and beat Syracuse, or will they have a hard time to get on the orange? We got Oregon taking on Iowa at 2:30. How the team's going to get for that one? Texas A&M and Missouri will be playing on ABC at 2:30. And we got Ole Miss on the SEC network. Ole Miss will take on the Citadel. Purdue will take on at noon on Big Ten. We got Ohio State taking on Purdue. We know who's going to win that one for sure. Blowout there. BYU taking on Texas Tech. That should be a go on. ABC at 11 in the morning, right after college game day. Georgia taking on Mississippi State at that. I can hold you right there. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back, and we'll finish the rest on the other side. Okay, we are back. And yes, that commercial break was sponsored by and a part of my work with HP Radio Madison. We do want to thank HP Madison to be a part that I get to talk about HP Radio Madison here on the Sports Open podcast. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. Okay, Ole Miss, Purdue at BYU will take on Texas Tech. 11 a.m. on ABC. On ESPN, we got Mississippi State taking on the Dogs of Georgia. At 11 a.m. on ESPN. We'll follow after College Game Day with Reese Davis, Cook Street, Pat McAfee, Reese Davis, and Nick Saban. And then Indiana will take on Penn State as well. Indiana has yet to lose a game. 11 a.m. game there. Purdue needs to win out. Let me see what Purdue has left. Because they only got 3 wins this year. Purdue. See, they need to win at least this week or the next 3 games in a row. More likely they'll win. It had to be Michigan State, Nebraska, and Rutgers. They had to win those 3 games in a row. There's no way they can beat Indiana. If they do that, that would be a miracle. And I do mean a freaking an effing miracle there to beat Indiana. And after that, we got the Badgers taking on Washington here at home at Camp Randall on Billy Alvarez Field at 2:30. Yes, I do like to walk for my ESPN radio job. That's my shirt as well. And then we have ABC Sunday night. We have on ABC at 6:30. LSU will take on the Alabama Crimson Tide on the road. Yes. And LSU needs to win one more game to just be eligible for a bowl game. And Alabama has yet to lose another game. They only lost the one game, the one game at the beginning of the season. So let's look at Bama's remaining schedule. Of course, out of this week, they got 3 games at home before they go on the road. The road game will be the Iron Bowl, Saturday, 29th. And that time will be determined, has yet to be determined. More likely afternoon, evening time game for that one, for Auburn, for the Iron Bowl. Same for the Bama East Illinois game. But this one is definitely going to be a good one. Last year, I know Oklahoma did beat us soundly. But Oklahoma is 7-2, but they're not doing well in SEC play. Let's look at their wins and their 2 losses. Because there were 2, let's see here, three wins right here, but these are the 3 top ones are non-conference. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I know they had 2 losses. I'm going to see which ones they lost. Yeah, they are 7-2. I'm looking for the 2 losses. Yeah, Ole Miss. They lost Ole Miss 34-26. And so that's 1 in the SEC right there. And the second one, let me see which one's that one. Oh, the second one. All right, Ole Miss is 1. Oh, and the other one is Texas. Texas and Ole Miss are the 2 teams that beat Oklahoma. So, yes, I think Alabama finally has a good team that could take on Oklahoma and win. It'd be a close one, definitely be a fight, but that's another week from now. So let's focus right now, on the Bama LSU game. For LSU, LSU needs one more win just for eligibility for bowl. All right, now let's look at their remaining season. After they take on Bama, they take on Arkansas. Western Kentucky, that's an easy win right there. That's basically all they need because they get LSU in the final game of the season. And those 2 games has yet to be determined. But I do know they will take on Arkansas, and that game will be an 11:45 game next Saturday on SEC Network for that game. But let's talk about this week's Bama LSU game because there have been a lot of great memories both ways for both teams. For Bama and LSU, believe me, I have watched games that Bama won and lost to both of them. You know, I see something right here as of 7 hours ago, according to CBS. It says, according to CBS, they have NFL Week Power Ranking. Seahawks looks like a Super Bowl contender. Beyond surging Sam Darnold, nasty defense. Okay. It says reaching power rankings. Okay, these are power rankings right here. Okay, I'll read these right here for I see right here. Broncos at 1, Bills 2, Seahawks at 3, Rams at 4, Patriots at 5, Eagles at 6, Colts at 7, Broncos 8, Packers 9, Chiefs 10, Lions 11, Chargers 12, Vikings 13, Jags at 14, 49 at 15. And don't get this, it's going to CBS Sports. Lions at 15, Bears 16. And yes, the Bills won last weekend and the Packers lost. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm really concerned about that. But let's talk about that in a second. Steelers 17, Ravens 18, Panthers 19, Steelers, Texans 20, Falcons 21, 22, Cardinals, the Commanders at 23, Raiders at 24, 25, got the Cowboys, 26, got the Giants, got the Bengals at 27, 28 is the Browns, the Dolphins at 29, Saints 30, Jets 31, and of course 32 is the Titans. But these are yes, these are the all power NFL power rankings. But but this is according to CBS, not ESPN. CBS. These are CBS numbers, not ESPN. So yes. We are just about at the end of today's episode today's episode as well. Okay, here are the projections of the ESPN the according to ESPN analytics. LSU is 19.1% favored. That's right, 19.1, 80.9 Alabama. And yes, that's one thing I really want to talk about this because you just a couple of weeks ago. Because yes, this is an LSU team that's pretty much depleted. They just fired the head coach a couple of weeks ago in Brian Kelly. So yes, we're going to have anyone head coach for this game. So I won't be surprised if LSU is going to be either with some grit and kind of rough it out and try to make some schemes, interesting schemes, maybe even make some trickery plays. But eventually, I believe Alabama will give the dub. My projection for the win my projection and my prediction for this particular game with what I see here with game odds and the numbers pairing them. I would have to go with 15 to 45. At least 45. And I think, and I was, like I say, predict that Ty Simpson will have more than one Heisman moment in this week's game as well. Because yes, he is on the high. Yeah. In fact, let's look at that. Let's look at the Heisman Trophy. Let's have to show the Heisman each. Move this way. Okay, man. Okay, everything going. Here we go. Heisman Trophy. Because this is up to date with according to ESPN. And we have Julie Sullivan. We got Ty Simpson. We got Marshall. All right, I'm going to do it like this actually. Here we go. Better. This is a little better. Now reading last. All right, number one, we got Ty Simpson of Alabama. Number two, we got former Badger, now Miami Hurricane, Carlton Beck at number two. You got Frederick, quarterback of Frederick of Indiana. Fredmeyer Menendez, get this right. Jaden Gowan, quarterback of USC. Wide receiver of Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith. to look at the finalists, the ones we have so far. This should be another week or two before they will name the finalists of the Heisman Trophy. And those finalists will be flying to New York and find out who will win that coveted Heisman Trophy. And I know one thing. I definitely need to get myself not just a Ryan Williams jersey, but I definitely need myself a Ty Simpson jersey as well. Okay, we are at the end. So, Jimmy, I'm going to give you that 5-minute heads up right now. So, we got a lot of games coming up. We got basketball tonight. We got college and NBA games tonight. We have don't forget tonight we do have the first set of rankings coming out of with the CFB committee, college football committee as well tonight. So make sure you watch. And until next time for my next live, I will see you then. And until then, let's get going and let's get these basketball and let's get the college hoops heated up. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one, everybody. See y'all next time. Have a great weekend. Okay, I will keep saying this, but while my friend signs me off, I'll just keep on talking until he does. Come on, Jimmy, I know you're ready. Anyway, while I wait for him to cut off my live, cut the live, we're gonna do. I guess I can pull up one last thing to talk about while he does that.